Hello, everyone. Welcome to another video from the Power Bomb Project. I am one of your hosts, Daniel, joined by my other two hosts.
It's Berman.
And Chris.
And today, we're going to have an interesting review because some of us have different opinions. Some of us. So, that's what we're going to discuss. Ant-Man Quantumania. So, the majority of the points I have to make do contain spoilers, but I will do the best I can in describing the non-spoiler stuff here. So, overall, was this the worst MCU movie of all time? No. But was it a bad movie? Yes. And why is that? Well, a few reasons. Number one, sometimes the editing for the movie was fine, but there were quite a few times where you could notice that it just looked awful. And the script insults my intelligence multiple times. It insults your intelligence multiple times without you even being aware of it. There are many logic gaps throughout the story that just make zero sense and kind of go against the first two films in how everything is described. And what do I mean by that? I'll describe more in the spoiler section. So, the characters are also kind of stupid in this film. A lot of the conflicts they have against each other make little to no sense. And it feels like a lot of these conflicts are happening just for the sake of the plot to move forward. And that's not a good thing. And do I blame the actors for not really putting in a good performance here? Not really, because it's a Marvel movie. They're getting a big paycheck. And since Marvel don't even give a shit about how the movie looks, why should the actors even care? It's like, this generation is finally feeling the consequences of having a bunch of people growing up on cell phones and stuff. It's like, whoever wrote this script, have you actually ever interacted with any human beings? Like, it's a genuine question, because how the characters talk in this film don't feel human. It feels manufactured, robotic, and stupid. And don't even get me started on the cameo that happens. There is a cameo, and I'm not going to say who, but it is disgraceful. So, any good things I could say about this film? Well, Jonathan Majors as Kang is the best part of it. He literally had to carry this film from being complete and utter dog shit to at least being something that's kind of mediocre. So, major props to him for taking dog shit and running with it. Major props to him. And then, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. Does the typical good, Ant-Man stuff. He does fine. He does fine, but everyone else's performance is just very poor in this film, at least in my opinion. And I don't blame them, because there's little to no effort in the script, little to no effort in the special effects, little to no effort in anything at all. This movie was just bad. And you can enjoy this film. That's perfectly fine. But it's a bad film. And if you can't acknowledge that, then I really don't know what to tell you. There's a reason why critics are shitting all over this film. It's not because they're paid. No. It's because they're starting to see through this company's bullshit, just like I have recently, and many people have recently. And I'm getting really sick of it. And honestly, this movie took out the funniest character from the first two films, Luis. Literally the best character of this whole trilogy, completely gone. And the comedy we have in place is fucking awful in this film. Terrible. Like, they're not even funny in the slightest. You got maybe 2 chuckles out of me throughout the entire film. But I'm looking at the majority of it, and it's stupidity. It's literally as if Marvel is testing people's patience and seeing just how much bullshit they can really get away with before people finally catch on. So, overall, I'm giving this film a 4 out of 10. This was just not good. If you enjoyed it, that's perfectly fine. It feels like an Ant-Man film. That's good, but outside of that, just not good.
Yeah, so I have the same opinion with you, Danny, that it was not that good when I watched it. I was gonna give it a hope because I was really excited for Kang because to me he was cool and because I love the actor. It was one of the greatest things to see. But how to me, I'm gonna talk about this more in detail at the spoiler section. they fucking humongously misused the Kang character completely to me in this whole movie, and it made him look very, very, I'd say weak. I'd say weaker than Thanos, and that just doesn't feel right to me. So, well, that's one, and two, the really stupid, like dumb acting from, I say we could say the daughter of Scott Lang.
Casey.
Very stupid acting, I would say. I would completely say, like, as they ended to the movie, she had one line that just I couldn't. It was just so stupid of what she said. It just didn't. It didn't fit the circumstances. It just didn't fit the weird the area. It just stupid. All the characters didn't feel right. Very manufactured. What you said, Danny. The only thing that was good was Kang being the Kang he is, and Scott Lang being this kind of father figure trying to be a father, which is kind of fun. There's some parts that we talked in the spoiler section that was very fun in reaction with his daughter and him. That was just a little funny. It's not like I think they really misused humongously a King, and I think that's I'm going to talk more about the spoiler section. But for me, I'm probably going to give this because I was okay with it, but still not fun with it. 4.5.
Listen, you guys are taking this movie like way too seriously for what it is. I don't know what you expected for Ant Man. This is in Casablanca, alright? We're not gonna get 100% Rotten Tomatoes. This movie was just downright best. It was the best out of the trilogy, and not only the fact that Luis was literally the worst part of the two other movies. He wasn't funny at all, Daniel. He was just a stereotype, and it was cringe. All of his stupid jokes and his one-liners were worse than Scott. Dude, I'm telling you right now, you're camping. Both of you. This is a good film. It's so bad that it's good. You guys are just taking it too seriously for what it is. It's Ant-Man, for God's sakes, dude. It's not gonna win any rewards. And Cassie wasn't even that bad. Besides, she was just playing herself. She was just like a teenager, and then the whole dynamic. Like, yeah, sure, there were some dumb parts, and I'll give you that, Berman. They did King dirty, and I may have an excuse for his actions in the spoiler section. We'll get to it. It's not a good excuse, but I like the movie for what it was, so I'm gonna give it a 6. It was enjoyable. It was dumb. This is a fun blockbuster movie, and that's all you can really expect from Ant-Man. And besides, the other two films
Okay,
weren't even that good to begin with. Let's just be honest
n-
here.
now let's move on to the spoiler section. So 4.5, and a 6. So the average grade's a 4.5, 5.
Yeah.
So now let's move on to the spoiler section. All right, Chris, you're just justifying dog shit right here.
You tell me you didn't find Murdoch funny at all? Because that shit was
No,
hilarious.
it was literally retarded.
That's why it was so good. Baby, you tell me
No,
you didn't
but
chuckle once of
they
how
literally
stupid it
took like
was.
half an hour of the movie acknowledging how stupid a character they themselves added was. It's insulting to their intelligence. It feels like Marvel's just
Intelligence,
going,
you're
haha,
watching.
we took your money.
It's an Ant-Man movie. What did you
I'm not
expect?
asking for an Ant-Man movie to be smart or anything, but this is just stupid.
It was stupid fun.
I'm gonna agree with you because to me, I gotta say off the bat, I do like Modoc, not in this movie, but in like cartoons. Not the new cartoon with just Modoc, but like Modoc is a mean guy who's technopath. I liked him when he was fighting against Iron Man. Like that's his arch enemy is Iron Man. But like they kind of missed. To me again, same thing with Kane. They misused the Modoc character and they didn't make him this technopath guy. He just made him like a little bitch. I would perfectly say, and it just
Yeah.
didn't look right. And it pissed me. I actually first time I saw Modoc, I pissed me off because of like you made him this stupid and not make him like what he was in like the cartoons and some of the Avenger cartoons. He was great in those things. They fucking misused both villains. One side villain and one main villain. They both misused both of them.
I mean, I
Berman,
all right,
but Berman, this cake is a different cake because in the end credits it'd be like there's multiple cakes. So this was
all
just
I'm
the
right,
gonna
real
talk
cake.
about more shit about that because that's what pissed me off more.
but that's okay. Here's the major issue with that though, right? This king apparently killed the Avengers by himself and killed Thor by himself.
Yeah,
So when the ending of the movie is him making a joke like, "You think I could be stopped by a bunch of ants?" then proceeds to be stopped by a bunch of ants, it makes him look like a jackass.
But
Yes, he does.
you guys were laughing, so that means you obviously enjoy that part because no, it was that
Because
stupid.
it's like, how did they write this shit and think it was genuinely good?
That's what
Listen,
I'm saying. Like, it's weird to me is that you see, like, compared to Thanos, which is like the big bad they would say, Thanos had so much power, but like Kang is power of time and everything else, and he just got destroyed by ants, and Thanos got destroyed by 5 Avengers, and then Kang defeated 5 Avengers and probably 10 billion other superheroes in so many other timelines that he destroyed. That makes literally no sense. It's so a stupid writing choice to make Kang that stupid.
how's it, Joe
And you
Berman?
know,
Wait, no. They explained that the ants went through time, through that dimension, and advanced like 100,000 years in the future. Come on, guys, you didn't even watch the movie. They
There's
explained it.
no
that
excuse.
that's
There's no
this
excuse for
sounds
making King
weird.
a bitch. There's no excuse for making King a bitch. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a different K Berman. It doesn't count.
Listen, we now know Kang is not on the same level as Thanos.
That's just that king though.
They
There's like 100 more.
that's probably not true though, because this Kang is supposed to be the conqueror. If anything, this is apparently the strongest Kang.
No.
And there's actually a weird logic sense that really confused me the all hell when I was watching this. And I wonder if anyone you caught too. They exiled this Kang to this dimension because of what he was doing. But then at the end, he said, "Oh, they killed him. Let's get revenge for him because they're going into the multiverse." I'm sorry, did not Doctor Strange do the multiverse same
Yeah.
before him? Sorry, I think you kind of fucked up your timeline, saying that you should take revenge on Doctor Strange, not on the person that you exiled that you don't care about. It's
And
very weird logic.
exactly. And you know what? This movie is just completely filled with logic gaps. Like, I'm going to give a few examples here.
All right.
So, you know how Hope and her parents were like walking in like the quantum realm forest or whatever the fuck?
What do you mean, Daniel? What do you mean? It was for character
So,
building. What do you mean?
so no. So,
It's
so
for
listen to me. No. You know what I was saying? That's why you're laughing because you know I'm right, and
No.
you can't justify this.
Yes, I can.
So they're walking for hours, right? As we're looking at the movie, right, Berman? At least it seems like. So when Hope keeps pestering her mom about withholding information from her family, she's like, "Why can't you just tell me what's going on?" Her response is, "Oh, I'll tell you whenever I have the time. We don't have the time." And then proceeds to walk for hours in this imaginary forest in silence. What sense does that even make?
Because
And
she's
then
protecting them, Daniel. You have to. Did you watch the movie? She's
just
doing it for their
protecting.
good.
That's not an excuse. Oh, we don't have the time, so we're just gonna walk for hours in silence. Shut up.
Bro,
Shut
it's
up.
haven't you
You're
heard of the
justifying
term?
garbage.
Haven't you heard of
No,
the
no, no,
term?
no. Let me
It's better
continue.
than
Let me
showing than
continue.
telling.
You know how there was. You know how time was a worry in the other two Ant-Man movies. This movie completely forgot the quantum realm physics that it literally explained to its viewers in the first two movies. So this movie literally forgot the very information that it's supposed to go by. And then you have, again, Kang killed the Avengers and Thor, but lost to Ant-Man. And again, you could have shown Kang doing that, so you at least gave the audience this impression that he's a conqueror. But we don't get one scene or anything that justifies this idea that he killed the Avengers or that he's a conqueror. There's nothing to justify that. And then the biggest one I have of all, Scott should have known there is life in the quantum realm. Especially when the second movie was about rescuing someone out of the quantum realm. This shit literally makes zero sense when you put it all together. It's garbage. His script is garbage. The writer probably didn't even watch the first two films before writing this.
Well, I gotta say that there's actually I'm gonna go and defend that kind of piece of it because they did say the mother of Hope. She did say that you didn't go past some type of quantum barrier. So I think that kind of separates the quantum realm and the quantum world. I would say where people live, than the quantum world where it's just very open space. I kind of feel that's kind of the explanation where they're and to they had a maybe short, maybe a minute clip of Kang kind of destroying worlds, but not destroying the Avengers, just destroying a bunch of worlds. Not really a big glimpse, but like a minute glimpse of it. So that kind
Right.
of defends two at least. That technically they did say why Ant-Man didn't see these things, but still they kind of messed up a little sometime.
Yeah, that explanation itself, basically, yeah, they did very little effort in making Kang look like a conqueror. And then the other major issue I have in general, oh my god, this movie, man.
Listen, dude, this is just like fucking Doctor Strange, WandaVision. You're just doing this way too seriously. It's a
This is
fucking
not,
Ant-Man movie. Who gives a shit?
but you're not supposed to literally write retardation on the script.
That's like half the Marvel projects. What do you mean?
Not this
No,
dumb. Not
no.
this.
There's this is retardation. I'm going to bring this up too. There was a scene where Hope was fighting MODOK, and when after he did it, Hope made a tiny speech that was completely retarded. That was so goddamn stupid, and it did not fit anyone. And it was made me like Jesus Christ. I looked like myself like a retard. Like Jesus Christ. Like just don't be a dick. Like that doesn't so help anything. It was so stupid
That's
that
like the realest shit ever,
they showed me.
Berman. What
No,
do you
it's
mean?
not. It's
That's the
fucking
realest
retarded.
shit you could tell someone. Just don't be a dick.
That's the
That's the
that's the
realest shit I
only,
ever heard in my life.
bro. Your only excuse for this entire piece of garbage is saying that we're taking it too
You
seriously.
literally
You're not
are.
logically responding to any of the criticisms we're throwing on the table at all.
Exactly.
Listen, man. You just
You
gotta
know it's
enjoy
garbage,
KENO.
and you
You just,
like that it's
you just
garbage,
gotta
and you
enjoy the
just don't
peak
want to
cinema.
admit that.
It may be garbage, but it was entertaining garbage.
Just
Hey,
admit that it was garbage for you.
Listen, man. When
and
MODOK said that he wanted to be Avenger, he wanted to be just like Captain America. I felt that. That's some Oscar-worthy shit right there, man. Brought a tear to my eye because I was laughing at how retarded it was.
more
Man,
stupid one. Yes.
you,
Maybe we
like I
talk
said,
about the nice cameo that someone pushed in there,
Yeah, Garfield was in it.
Jesus.
and Bill Murray too.
That Bill Murray cameo was the worst cameo he's ever done in his entire career.
Not true. He was in Ghostbusters.
No, that
That
was
was
awful.
garbage.
That was awful.
And he was in Garfield Tales of Two Kittens.
Bro, it's definitely, bro, he was brought in to be portrayed as her intergalactic fuck buddy. Good job. Good job.
Oh, it's Bill Murray. What do you expect, Daniel? He gets bitches.
I don't know. Something kind of legit. I mean, Bill Murray's, I don't know, Bill Murray, an actual good actor. I don't know.
It makes
Whatever.
more sense it was with Kang, but saying of that,
Oh yeah.
I think a 4 out of 10 is a justifiable rating, man.
No, it's not,
I don't know
dude.
why
It's
you're.
for entertaining. It's just as bad as Spider-Man 3. And you
four,
bet
No,
four and a half
Spider-Man
for me.
3 is at least a better film.
That is true. I like Iron Man 3.
So,
Bourbon, you get out of this video right now for saying that.
No,
is there any final thoughts you guys would like to give about this film?
it's a bad film.
It
Listen, man.
is.
This film was peak Marvel cinema, alright? We got MODOK's ass. We got
You know
MODOK
what
trying
will
to
be
be
peak Marvel cinema? Guardians 3 in May. This was not.
Let's hope it's not going to be the same treatment they did with Ant Man. That's the only thing.
I trust James Gunn.
but
I don't trust any of these
but-
other idiots writing these scripts
but-
at this point.
but we're getting a season 2 of Loki in the end credits.
I don't trust that either anymore. Like, Marvel's just sucked.
You know you could blame for this technically? Sylvia from Loki, because technically she fucked up Kang and made him weak.
Maybe
So there you go.
the issue is that Kang is such a shit villain in comparison to Mephisto.
No.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said that.
We haven't even seen Mephisto yet.
And it should have been Mephisto. This whole three phases should have been not Kang. It should have been Mephisto.
You know what the real problem is,
What
Daniel
story
and
can you
Berman?
logically tell with Kang? Nothing. Nothing besides multiverse garbage. Mephisto would have been genuinely good stories. How the devil can honestly see through some superheroes, how he could bring the worst out of some superheroes, like, for example, Wanda. And if she, was working for Mephisto, at least what she would have done with Multiverse of Madness would have made more sense. But no, we got multiverse garbage that's ruining the purpose and importance of this entire universe.
Now, I gotta say, I do disagree with your comment with Kang. I feel like they can do a lot of things on the exception on the multiverse thing. They did a lot. I reference this because it's probably my best thinking. Is the Avengers animation show that's really good, and they show Kang a lot. They did him a really good job with Kang, where he's pretty much invaded Earth just to take over it and pretty much save it from a disaster. So, and I think that was a good premise, and I think that was they can do a lot of different ways to say, and if they introduce Scroll, which they will, we knew this, we saw a trailer before.
Yeah.
It kind of relates to this whole thing that could work, and I think King is a perfect villain for this new phase if they do him right, not like of Ant-Man. They need to make King be a destroyer.
Honestly, though, I will say this. I don't think you're wrong. I do think they can tell good stories with Kang, but it would have been such a cakewalk if they just went with Mephisto. They barely would have had to even do anything, honestly.
You know what this is gonna lead to, guys?
What?
Marvel fucking
Zombies.
zombies. That's
Oh
all I
my
give a
god.
shit
All right.
about.
We're ending the
Fuck
video off.
everything else. Marvel
Marvel's dead. At
zombies.
least for me. Thank you
No,
all.
actually, I'm excited for that too, Chris. I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, screw you, Daniel. We got two fans.
You know what? You
I
two
love zombies. Any movie has zombies, I'm always into it.
Again, that's a review you guys can do. I'm not reviewing that garbage in a million years.
He's
You have to
just
Yeah,
pay.
100%.
he's just
We're gonna
scared
get
of
matching
zombies.
T-shirts. Chris and me are gonna get matching T-shirts saying zombies.
Oh no.
The back of the t-shirt gonna say Daniel's scared of zombies. That's why he chicken and don't want to review it.
Nah, it's because it looks like shit. But anyways, thank
You
you
get
all.
10 out of 10, a 10 out of 10 from everyone else except you.
Shit, man. If that happens, man. I'll live in the Twilight Zone. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Daniel,
I've been Berman.
I'll be Chris.
and we'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.